Breathe out. One more, breathe in. Breathe out. Hello and welcome to Arcana Universe. This is going to be what your next 7 days is going to look like, okay? So remember, this is a general reading, so only take what resonates, but know that you found this message. It is no coincidence that you found this message, okay? And so let's get started. I am going to keep track of like all the timestamps. I'm going to be writing it. And so I will display this at the end, like the last like 30 seconds of the video. I'm going to display all the timestamps so you get it right after the reading is done, right after the live stream is done, okay? So I felt called to come on here because some of you guys have been wanting answers, some insights, okay? Hello. Judge wrote, oh, you are live. Yes, I am. Welcome. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, so let's go ahead. As usual, we will start with the opening collective message, okay? So I'll write it down. I remember, let's see. Hopefully, when I display it, it'll come out correctly. If not, I'll read it out loud at the end too, okay? So, all right. Okay. So, all right. Arcana Universe timestamps opening collective message starts at 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I will display this in between each section and at the end as well. So you guys can see the timestamps in real time and at the end right away without having to wait. Okay. So, we're trying different things here. All right. So let's get started. So, welcome. Okay, for those of you who are new, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. Oh, God. Let's see what the overall message is at this time for the collective. Okay, and then after the opening message, we'll tap into each of the zodiac signs just as a little peeky peek. Okay. Hello, Tiger. Hello, Eunice. Welcome, welcome. So, the opening message. And for those of you who are interested in a personal one-on-one session with me, all of that information can be found in the description of this video, okay? Hello, King. Hello, Mona. Oh, yeah, Zach. Oh, right, that's somebody. Yeah, Zach, yes. The name Zach. It's been on my radar, okay? Anyways, so let's go ahead. The opening collective message for the next 7 days, okay? This is like the overall general energy that I'm picking up is that somebody here is going to get really smart, okay? And this energy is going to really try to be strategic in how they are going to manifest their dreams, their wishes, whatever their goal is, they're going to make it into a reality. Okay. So I'm getting somebody here with kind of like an entrepreneur kind of energy, like, or that just zest for being very focused and direct when it comes to this energy's goals and what they envision for themselves. Okay. And so I will say this though, okay, this energy, they've had a taste of success before. Okay, so this is definitely not somebody that, you know, kind of took the back seat in life. They set their mind to things, they made things into a reality, you know, wishes came true. There was some level of success for this energy. But I feel like God wants to send this energy more blessings, more positivity, you know? But the energy who's receiving it, okay, they're blocking it, okay? They're blocking it a little bit or a lot of it, okay? It's like somebody here, I don't want to say they're scared to succeed, okay? But it's just like there's something about doing things being stubborn. I'm getting a very stubborn energy. So they want to do things on their own terms, whether that is in their own timeline or like not surrendering or not sacrificing or giving something up. Like there's some sort of stubborn energy that I'm picking up. So even if God wants to kind of like even though God wants to kind of like pour this energy with blessings, the individual is blocking it. Okay. So hello, Griff Lord. Hello. Do you like Baja Blast? Oh, who doesn't? Just kidding. But let's see. Hmm. Okay, so the reason why this energy has a tendency to block their blessings or like not accept God's help is because they're sort of immature. Okay, I'm getting an energy that thinks like they know what they're doing, even though they don't have I don't want to say they don't have experience, but it's just like there's this like limitless abundance and all. So okay, this is the example that's coming up. Okay, like the maybe this energy was like some like hot shit, like, you know, go-getter or what have you, like successful in their own little pond, but then they've never even experienced life outside of a pond. They never experienced lakes, you know, oceans, like. So this energy, they have very limited experience or a limiting worldview, and so it's very difficult for them to start anything new because they don't want to be wrong. Okay, they want to be so like right, like they get stressed out just at the idea of somebody thinking that they don't know what they're doing. Okay, they get very triggered, and so God is trying to be patient with this energy. This energy is trying to be patient with themselves. But it's like until somebody here actually takes a leap of faith, it's really going to be difficult to have progression. Okay. Anything else you want to say in regards to that? I mean, everything was pretty. God is like, no, it's pretty spot on. Spot on. uh, but just to wrap up that message, okay? God just wants this energy to focus on the blessings, okay? There's something about this energy is giving too much focus or attention to third parties, okay? So, you know, third parties can be in different forms from friends, family, romantic interests, flings, whatever it is, okay? So, uh somebody here is like they don't want to face their blessings, so they're distracting themselves, okay? All right, let's move forward. So we're going to move on to Aries. Remember, all of my readings are timeless, so know that you found it at the perfect time. And I read energies here. So regardless of the labels, you're more than welcome to hear all of the signs, all of the messages, because there may be additional information or examples for you there, okay? All right. Do, 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 do. All right, Aries at 10 minutes and 44 seconds, okay? I will display this again between each of the signs and at the end of the video, okay? The last 30 seconds or so of the video. All right, so Aries, whether you're an Aries sun, moon, rising, Venus, stellium, dealing with an Aries, okay? Or if you're just happen to listen in, know that it is no coincidence, okay? All right. Aries. I'm going to do the money message first, okay? And then I'm going to give you guys a little love life and then do a little final. I'm trying not to stay on here for too long. It's supposed to be a quick, you know? Okay? Pablo, no, no. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. Okay? All right. So the overall message for Aries is that this energy has a new beginning. Okay, so they have been, asking God for some level of guidance or wanting to have a fresh new beginning, fresh new blessed start. And so it's here. It's definitely here. And so I see that in the past there may have been a lot of like snail's pace movement, a lot of waiting around. But I see here that there has been a fresh new beginning, and the advice for like the career money aspect is that with new beginnings, you're you're starting like a new lifestyle in a sense. So God is really, encouraging this energy to have a balance in life. It's not all about just work, 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 or play, play, play. It's about inviting balance. So whether that is in the form of like scheduling it out, so there is time to work and there's time to play and there's time to rest. There needs to be some sort of balance, okay? And make sure that somebody here try not to be so lax about things. If there's like certain steps and protocols that needs to be followed, make sure it's followed, okay? When it comes to, the love life, I see here that this energy had something very special in the past, okay? They had some like it almost felt like a marriage or like a family, there was a lot of like emotional happiness and bliss, but currently, I see here that somebody here is just, they're in a very, like, they want to try things out, try something new. Um, and for those of you who are single, like, this energy is trying to just enjoy being single, something like that. Okay. Hello, cable dog. What? What? Hello, born. Okay. So, so this energy, I see that they're trying to like, I'm getting naughty energy. Okay. So somebody here is like trying to, trying to, I'm getting the word Let's try to keep this PG rated, okay? But I'm getting somebody here that wants to be indulgent, okay? So that's what I see when it comes to like somebody's like, but it feels very fantasy, okay? It's not like, doesn't seem pure, it doesn't seem like, upfront and honest. It seems almost like either like a fantasy or an addiction or like, oh, okay. So somebody here just they need to be very mindful of that, because when we sit in that energy for too long, it can become very toxic and soul destroying. And so it may feel good one moment, but somebody here is going to regret it. Okay, so I'm getting like a regret energy, so just be mindful. Just be mindful that like somebody here is not just digging themselves in a bigger hole. Okay, so final message for Aries is that, for the next 7 days, be strategic. Okay, just like how the opening message started out with like being strategic, is like find that balance. Don't, invite not just, work and abundance into your life, but relationships. Make sure that those are nurtured, and that somebody here is really wanting to set roots. Okay, so it's like, okay, so it kind of ties in with like the opening message. This energy, in order for them to invite more abundance and happiness and wish fulfillment into their life, they need to be more serious about getting into something committed. Okay, um so away from what they've been kind of doing, which is just like, perhaps they're being a little shallow, or they're being, I don't know, they're just being like, I mean, I do know, but it's just like, it's so many, examples coming up. Okay, anything else you want to say in regards to that? Okay. All right. So this energy, they need to lay off on corn, okay? On corn. Something that rhymes with corn, okay? They need to kind of like lay off of that, because they're becoming some sort, like they're becoming addicted, okay? And so God is not going to reward this energy with their blessings if they choose to continue to walk in that path, okay? So remember, I have, both sides, both energies. This may be somebody that you're dealing with, okay? Or this may be your energy. You'll know, okay? I don't have to call you out, right? You guys know. All right. So let's move on to Taurus. All right. Taurus, 1818, okay? I will be doing this between each of the signs, and then I will read this at the end, at the last 30 seconds or so of the live stream, so you guys can see. So if you guys are like, you know, if you want to just skip it to the end of the video, if you're not watching this during the live stream, then there you go. Okay, hello Jessica. All right. All right. So, Taurus, what do you guys need to know? Whether you're Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, dealing with the Taurus, or just here because you want to hear the message. All right. What do we have? Next 7 days for you guys. What's going on? Oh. Oh. All right. So I'm going to open it up with like the money career message, and then love and romance, and then wrap it up with like the final message. Okay. Okay. Wow. Bottom of the deck. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. So overall, I'm getting this energy. They're happy. They're happy. There's definitely some sort of like emotional fulfillment. They have their, it may be one person in particular, or it may be, multiple, but there's one energy in particular that really brings this energy a lot of joy, happiness, fulfillment, and they feel so like in love or just satisfied. Okay. And I see here, so the next 7 days looks pretty good. And for when it comes to like finances or career, I'm getting something here about things may have been moving very slowly, okay? Perhaps it's just the time of the year where it just feels like there's a lot of like slow progress, or if somebody here was hoping to hear back from, some sort of offer or news or promotion, I just kind of feel like somebody here just got breadcrumbed this entire time, or just like I just feel like it's not materializing, and it's because it was never supposed to happen. So I'm getting somebody here, yeah, they just fed this energy a dream. They just breadcrumbed, and it was never going to get off the ground, but somebody here, like, even though deep down inside this energy knew it wasn't going to work out, it wasn't going to happen, but they were in some sort of denial. Okay, but I see that in like the next 7 days, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to progress. It's not going to grow. So it's kind of like a dead end situation. But at least the blessing behind that is somebody here doesn't have to wonder anymore about whether or not, because it's like the breadcrumbing and all of that is over. It's done. Okay. And when it comes to like love energy, I'm getting here somebody really needs to stop like being sneaky. Okay, I'm getting somebody here who has a tendency to be sneaky, or put like the minimum effort, and like they think that they're gonna get away with that. And so somebody here is kind of fed up. They're just like, mm, no, like they don't want to deal with this. Like they feel like it's such a struggle to get like honesty from this energy. It's just like, why can't this energy be just upfront and honest instead of being sneaky? Okay, so there's a lot of like push and shove when it comes to this, and somebody here feels like they always need to be defensive because there's this lack of like trust. Okay, because somebody here has been lying so much. Okay. Oh, hello, Andres. Hello, you are so beautiful. Where are you from? Oh, I don't know. I didn't see that earlier. I kind of blended in. Okay, but anyways, welcome. Thank you. Thank you. So kind. Okay. So the final message, advice, coming through is there. Okay. Somebody here. Oh, I see. Somebody here is, I see like some sort of commitment or money coming in, okay? Something like real, but let me see. Okay, I do sense fun here, okay? I do sense fun. And it's almost as if the more this energy gives and is generous, the more fun time is going to come forward, okay? So somebody here is like very attractive. I'm getting they're very extremely hot. And so it's almost like kind of giving like date night vibes. Okay, so if like somebody here really just went all out to like go on a date or something or celebrate something, it's like they're gonna get rewarded at the end of the night, like that kind of energy. So I am getting about to go out, okay. And so somebody here, it's almost like the more they give, the more they receive, and due to somebody's generosity, you know they're gonna be rewarded. Okay, so somebody here, they didn't focus on, ooh, what am I gonna get at the end of this? No, somebody here was just genuinely generous, and as a result, they got rewarded. They got rewarded. All right. Okay. So let's move forward. Go with Geminis. All right. Geminis at 2530. 2530. Okay. I will say it again at the end. Okay. I'm probably, because like, for those of you who are new, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. I like to start off the readings with the opening collective message, which has already been done. And then now we're doing Aries through Taurus, Aries through Pisces, and then after that, I'm gonna wrap it up with a final collective message just to wrap it up. So uh, feel free to check that out as well. Man, I left the spinny spin over there. It's okay. All right. So the opening message, we're going to do career, money message first, and then we'll do love and romance, and then wrap it up with a final message, whatever God wants to say, any advice, etc. Okay. So for Geminis, I see the next 7 days is going to be, I'm getting a little bit of a stubborn energy, a bit of a pushback, like somebody here is going to get very defensive, okay? And why are they getting defensive? Okay, this is regarding like money and finances. So I see here like in the past, perhaps money came easily to this energy, but now it just feels like it's very difficult to get money. It's very difficult to get, start projects, or like it just feels like they've been waiting around. They feel depleted. They know that more finances, more money needs to come forward, or there needs to be some level of a career progression. But it's like I'm getting crickets, okay? So somebody here, they don't feel as confident as they used to. They really put weight on their happiness and success being reflective in their finances as well. And so, you know, okay, God wants to say that it can happen. It can happen, okay? Finances can have its ups and downs, but it's not going to be like that forever. So, what you're feeling right now, it may be tough, it may be difficult, because somebody here just feels like things are not going to progress or get better. But God is really trying to say, like, it's not going to be like that forever, okay? That's what God is trying to say. So just keep going. I'm going to keep walking, okay? All right. So when it comes to the love, romance, relationship message, I'm getting somebody here. Somebody really likes to have like one-on-one time, okay? They love one-on-one time. Like they're dealing with somebody who's like their world, and like whoever they're dealing with, they it's mutual, okay? So I'm getting somebody here who who's very supportive. But I will say this, like somebody here, I don't want to say they have a temper, okay, but I do get some sort of conflict, okay. Like as mentioned, I was picking up on somebody here who can be either stubborn or like not willing to see things in another person's perspective. It's just like you said something and they're just like, go, 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 go. And like just somebody's pissed off and they'll just like tell them off. Okay. And God really wants to be like, I see that there is love here, but somebody, because they're stressed about finances or money or their career not taking off, whatever it is, it's like they're easily like agitated. They're very like, they can get very triggered. And so, God is saying it's because they're going through some sort of like lack period. And it doesn't help that we're, deep in Mercury retrograde energy right now. And so there could be moments where there's like misunderstandings or miscommunications and all of that. So just to wrap up the reading, what I'm getting here is that this energy is supported. Okay, at the end of the day, they have people that care about them, love them, especially like strong family members, whether that is like people this energy may consider like family or like a community, or just like they feel like they have somebody in their corner rooting for them, and like they really care about them. So God wants this energy to keep the faith. Okay, just I'm getting some sort of illusion energy as well. And so when it comes to not getting things like right away, things materializing right away, God is saying just keep the faith, be patient. Okay. Yeah. Let me go ahead and just BRB. BRB. I had to grab one of these two. I left it over there. Okay. All right. Hello, Eric Artman. Did you mean to put two C's? Two C's. All right. It's poofy. The thing, you know exactly what you're doing. And the what do you call it? The projection is not needed. Okay? It's not needed. All right? So if you're unhappy, you don't need to sprinkle all your unhappiness in here. You don't. It's your choice, your decision, okay? Hello, pagan. All right. Look at this. All right, Cancerians at 33. All right. Okay. Let's see what the message is here for you at this time. And for those coming in with rude comments, please learn to read, okay? Learn to read. Get your eyes checked, all right? Because what does it say right before you message? Okay, to come in with respect. So if anybody who's coming in who is being disrespectful, okay, we already have a problem because you can't comprehend, you can't read. And so it's like, do better, okay? All right, Cancerians. I know Jessica Aurora is like ignore them. They like the attention, but they gotta know they can do better. They can do better, okay? And it's so sad. You know, imagine if they said that to somebody who is emotionally unstable, who is on the verge of taking their own life, etc. And that one comment could ruin them. Like you guys need to take more responsibilities, okay? It's so sad to see. So sad to see. Okay. All right. So Yogor, bye. I don't need your negativity. All right. Let's see. Like literally, somebody they don't listen. They don't. They don't think. They don't comprehend. And so it's so sad to see. So sad to see. Okay. All right. So what I'm seeing here for cancers is that somebody here is in work mode. Okay. So 7 days. Um, the next 7 days, somebody here is really focused on their progression, their work, and they're determined. So I'm getting somebody who's actually putting in the work, putting in the time to make their dreams into a reality. Okay. And I see here when it came to like their career and money, it looked pretty good actually. You know, like perhaps uh it felt very fulfilling. You know, maybe there was like romance in the workplace, or they just feel like they were reciprocated when it came to their work, their money, and they felt very safe and emotionally fulfilled. But somebody here, they're trying to hold on to how they felt, what they experienced. And instead of, so somebody here is not challenging themselves, okay? So they're content with staying with whatever kind of like happiness they felt, okay? So somebody here really needs to, well, one, the reason why they want to hold on to that energy is because they're sad without it. It's become some sort of like getting oxygen. Okay. So it's like somebody here feels like they can breathe when they just tap into the past of how like things may have went easier, or it just everything just kind of clicked, and it felt like somebody here was catering to them so that they will improve or get what they want when it came to their career and finances. And so, but God is trying to say that they're not really expanding. They're very like in their comfort zone when it comes to like they're not being 100% aligned to what they really want. It's almost like somebody here is settling. Okay. Okay. Anything else regarding that? There's something about like being generous. Okay. So it's like if somebody was generous with them, it's almost like God wants them to return the favor or return that energy. And that is how there's going to be progression. So it's kind of like it's like a wheel. Okay, if there's something that is stuck, okay, it's not gonna move forward. Okay, and so it's almost like a give and take. It's like a current. Okay, so the more this energy is willing to try something new or not be just stuck in the past or nostalgia, the more they can propel forward. Okay. So it's, yeah, let's move on to the romance portion. So when it comes to, yeah, I'm getting something about, maybe you're somebody here may be working with somebody that they really like, or they're surrounding themselves with people who are like-minded, but there's something about somebody here feels very like welcome when it comes to, like, it's like there's some sort of something going on when it is with the career and money right now. Okay, so maybe somebody here is dating somebody who's like work related, or like has a crush on somebody at work or something like that. But um I see here like there's care, okay? Like mutual care, and perhaps there's some level of history, okay? So this energy may feel very like there, like a past life, or there is actually like a past history. Uh yeah. So Cancerians, or whoever's dealing with Cancerians, okay? I'm getting here. There's a lot of like emotional fulfillment that I'm sensing. So in the next 7 days, that's pretty cool, pretty good, okay? So to wrap up this message, any final advice coming through is that there needs to be communication. Somebody here, it's like it's been so long, this energy has been walking alone for a very long time. And because somebody here decided to move forward, communicate, get things off the ground, like it's really comes down to like this energy can have more blessings in their life if they are willing to let go of burdens, willing to let go of like past mindsets, etc., uh, that didn't serve them in the past. Okay. All right. Hello, 666. Hello, puzzle piece. Okay. All right. Anything else you want to say? Nope. Let's move forward to Leo's. Okay. All right. Leo's at 4257. All right. I will show this again at the very, like in between each of the signs, and at the very end as well, the last 30 seconds. So for those of you who are like, oh, I wonder where the timestamps are, it'll be at the end for those of you who are not in the live right now. Okay. So for Leos, let's see what we have here. Leos. All right, so Leos, what I am sensing here, the next 7 days is going to be kind of quiet. Okay, very like somebody here is going to be in a very reflective mood. Like nostalgia or just like thinking things through. I'm getting very quiet energy. So just thinking things and like trying to be spiritual in a sense and like connect with their higher self, connect with God, like trying to figure things out and not react to things. Okay. Hello, I'm here. So when it comes to career and finances, I'm picking up like in the past there was a lot of like stress. Okay, so stress regarding career or money, finances, like thing, and it felt humiliating. Okay, I'm getting the word humiliating. Like somebody here what felt very uncomfortable. It felt like to this energy, even though it may not be true, they felt like people were like pointing fingers at them and was laughing at them or like was not. Somebody here is very hard on themselves, okay? Like they have a tendency to get stressed out thinking it's almost like I want to say that they this energy kind of is giving off like they think the world revolves around them, that that people like are invested in them so much that they are willing to go out of their way to ridicule them, which is not true, which is not accurate. But because this energy, they have a tendency to have anxiety and it's kind of running off of fear. They have a tendency to be in that mindset, even though that may not be the reality. And so currently, this energy is trying to like make things happen. Like they want to materialize things, and it's almost, but they're kind of like making themselves more like valuable or successful than they really are. Like there's some sort of like manipulation going on. Okay. But it has to do with the fact that this energy is trying to work smarter, not harder. And God is really trying to encourage this energy. Like they don't, it's not to say they don't have to try so hard, but it's like when you are aligned to your passions, your dreams, your goals, then things will just kind of naturally unfold, naturally come together. And so try your best not to stay in a stressed out energy. Okay. When it comes to love and romance, I'm getting here. Maybe perhaps in the past there was a lot of like conflict because somebody here was maybe keeping their options open or talking to multiple people. And what this energy is coming to understand is that they thrive when they're in something committed. Oh my gosh. Let me just. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. All right. Well, actually, hmm, one moment, one moment. All right, let's get back. Let's get back to it. All right. So when it comes to the romance, this energy realizes that when they are in something committed, something stable, they thrive, and they kind of learned the hard way that more is not merrier. It's not, okay. And so if somebody here has been contemplating on whether or not to be get serious, okay, I see here it's like kind of giving off good energy. Okay, so if somebody here, either wants to commit to something, wants to like propose, or like whatever it is, that next level of commitment, I feel like now is like the next 7 days is like a really good time. Okay, good energies. So, just to kind of wrap up this reading up, the final advice coming through is that, wow, somebody here is really like maybe they're connecting with somebody who really captures their attention, their heart. Like somebody here is very attracted. And so if they're checking all the boxes and it feels right, there's chemistry and all of that, then you know the advice coming through, God is saying like next step is, I'm getting wedding bells. Okay, wow, wow, wedding bells. Ooh. So I think that's one of the reasons why this energy has been like very quiet lately, because they've been thinking. They're like, should I not? Should I commit? Should I not? Should I go all in? Should I not? Like somebody here, even though they know the answer, they know that, you know, what they end up choosing to do, if they align with what they really want, then I do sense here happiness. Happiness. Wow. Anything else? Yeah, it's talking about like, it's our choice whether or not we want to live in limbo, you know? It's our choice. And so somebody here wants to let go of their burdens and like really see things for what it is and cut the BS, they can do it. And so if somebody here is kind of like I don't want to say a commitment phobe, but if they are not taking action, they're not being they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Okay? That's what I'm getting. All right, Virgos. All right, Virgos is at 5404. 5404. I will flash this again at the end. Okay. At the end, like the last 30 seconds of the video. Okay. I might, well, yeah, we'll see. Okay. Let's see. Virgos. Huh. Ah. I'm picking up. Well, let's just finish pulling, okay? So I can get. I'm getting a lot of fire sign though, fire energy. Okay, but So you or them may have strong fire placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Stellium, whatever it is. Okay, bottom of the deck. Look at that. Look at that. So God just wants to open up and say it's going to be okay. Like you're protected. There's like it's like divinely orchestrated. God is, I'm getting like a comeback, okay? Like an underdog or like somebody here who, people may have, I don't want to say underestimated, but it's just like somebody here, it's like almost like night and day difference, okay? Oh wow, so the next 7 days, something magical is going to happen, something amazing. Okay, but let's keep going. So in the past, I see here there may have been a lot of like struggle or like fighting off. Like somebody here was not necessarily willing to settle. Okay, and so I'm getting somebody here with like standards. Okay, they're not willing to tolerate BS or breadcrumbing or mind games, whatever it is. Like somebody here really needed to like put their foot down or like really uphold their healthy boundaries with people who didn't really have good intentions for them. Okay. And so somebody here took notice of that. Okay. Somebody here witnessed or saw what happened. That even though this energy was going to be like, people were trying to drag this energy down, somebody here didn't just give up in a sense or give in. Like they had standards, they upheld it. And when somebody saw this, like their consistency, their passion, willingness to take actionable steps, like did something about it, somebody here is impressed. Okay. And there's also like chemistry, like maybe somebody here is very attractive and they really liked how they handled things. Okay. Oh, that's nice. But okay, but what's going to happen though? Okay, yeah. All right, okay. So finances, there's also like somebody here is going to try to like financially take care of this person. Okay. It's like I'm getting like a protector energy. So somebody here wants to kind of be like a provider or wants to really give them the tools to succeed when it comes to their career, finance. I'm getting, so it's like somebody here is going to be given the flexibility and freedom to do what they want when it comes to the career and finance. Okay, so a lot of supportive energy. Wow, it really did feel like a, I don't want to say like Cinderella kind of thing, but like somebody here, it's like they're they're being taken to the castle. They're being taken to the ball. Like somebody here saw this person really stand up for themselves or go after what they want. They really want to now take care of this person. Okay. So, wow. Okay. So, love. Okay. So, the love life, love message. I see that this energy, like in the past, there was more than one person that was like in their radar. Okay, they're getting like multiple people, but they were all kind of like bullshit. Like they're all kind of like shitty. They were all kind of shitty or something like that. I'm getting like they none of them were like ideal or none of them were like perfect. Like they were Like there was something seriously wrong with each and every one of them. Wow. Wow. God is really, pouring in the message, like not holding back. Okay. And so if this energy feels like they've been through the mud, they've been through some BS, they're trying to invite some peace and tranquility into their life at this time. So the next 7 days, like I see this energy pulling back. They're pulling back. They're being very mindful of like who they interact with. They're very mindful. So, and as a result, it's almost like when they created that separation, that distance to honor their health, like their energy, okay, to protect their energy. This is almost as if like whoever is going to come in and protect this energy, like is all part of it. They've been so consistent. And so I see somebody here just charging in, wanting to really like help this energy. And there's a lot of attraction, okay? A lot of attraction. Just to wrap up this reading, the more this energy has faith in God, okay, has this like trust, faith that things are working in their favor, okay, to change that perspective, that things are working in their favor. Anything else? Because that message was pretty magical, pretty magical. I'm getting, I don't want to say like a secret admirer, but it's like, it may be somebody that like, okay, perhaps they came together first, like in a very like cordial, almost like business-like way. And so there's still this level of like professionalism involved, but somebody here, they've been very patient. And I see here, and it's somebody from like a distance or something. Okay. So who is this energy? Let's just give a little. Who is this energy that keeps wanting to come up? Oh, okay. There is somebody in this energy's past that may have like broke their heart or like did them wrong, or like there was some sort of like separation due to like third parties. And it doesn't always have to be, like somebody cheated. It could be, but there was this sense of betrayal. Somebody here didn't prioritize the connection. That person wants to come back or something like that. Or like they haven't let go. That's the thing though. They haven't let go. They're just very slow, very slow. Okay, I will say this. Somebody here, I need to move on. Okay, you guys, I know you guys want to hear, you guys want to hear more. But somebody, long story short, there's somebody's energy keeps wanting to come and just be like, hey, hey. There's a lot of like love or attraction there, okay? Yeah, there's a lot of love and attraction. Okay, let's move forward. Feel free to like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I see in my future a lot more of me going live. Okay, so make sure to turn on that notification bell so you're notified of when I go live or post new content. Okay. Exciting things in the future. I see exciting things. So Libra, oh, let me change that. So it's gonna be 105. 105:46. Okay, 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 46 seconds. It's going to be when we start Libra. I will flash this again at the end of the video for those of you who just wants to skip to a different one. Okay. Libras, Libras. What do we have for you? Ooh. I'm getting don't stop believing. Oh. So someone's a believer. Someone's a believer. Wow, look at that. Look at that. Oh, I shuffled, but you guys got this card just like the Virgo folks. So you may be dealing with the Virgo or may have like strong Virgo placements, but this energy that I'm picking up, they are divinely guided. Okay, so God is kind of looking out for this individual. It's almost as if like they've been a good person. They've been trying to do the right thing. They've been, just like either putting in the work or the focus, and God really wants to reward this energy. That's what I'm sensing here. So in the past, maybe like I'm getting you when it came to like work and finances, it wasn't that bad. There was a lot of things and opportunities to be, proud of, celebrating. Like I'm just getting like a lot of like laughter, good times, camaraderie, like just coming together and enjoying each other's company. So maybe somebody here like really enjoys what they do, or they have like coworkers that is like, they really vibe with their coworkers, whatever it is. I'm getting here that somebody, they really let God lead the way. Okay, wow. So I'm getting either like somebody here prays a lot or like reads the Bible, or like I'm getting somebody here who's very like dedicated, especially when they feel uncertainty. So they really look to God to navigate them. Oh, look at those. Look at you, Libra. Look at you. Okay. For cross watchers, you know how it'll resonate. But somebody here is just like when things got cloudy, when things got uncertain, they really like looked up to God and asked God, and this is the reason why God is like really trying to like bless this energy, because that loyalty, that faith was there. Wow. Okay, I will say this. So when it came to the love and relationship, the love life, okay? I see that in the past it wasn't rainbows and sunshine, okay? But because it was so rocky, or there was a lot of like stress surrounding it. That was the reason why this energy really looked to God and decided to really like be in their faith, be in their spirituality or religion. Like they they really wanted to. It wouldn't have happened if they didn't struggle. Okay, that's just what it is. Okay, so if somebody here was, hoping to know, oh, how come, their love life wasn't the greatest? How come it was so stressful in the past. Well, you know, if it wasn't spiritually, this energy wouldn't be where they are at this time. Like there was some sort of like rejection. They needed to be rejected by people, places, or things that was like not even worth it. Like somebody here was trying to find validation or something from somebody who like somebody who didn't even care about them. Okay, and so God obviously cares about this individual, and this energy is really understanding that like when we are one with God, or you have God's back, then God has our back, like that kind of thing. And so I see here, just to wrap up the message, that somebody here, if you're single or like you're just trying to be like in this independent energy, it's making this individual even more attractive, more of a catch, and it's a confidence boost. Okay, so somebody here is really trying to get their confidence up, their um their life, like almost like, yeah, they want to live with both eyes open. Like this, that's what I'm getting. Somebody here who wants clarity in their life. Okay, because they could care less, seeing illusions. Okay, they want to see things for what it is. And so I'm getting, when it comes to somebody's like spirituality, it's their mind is expanding. Okay, their mind is expanding. All right, so let's move forward. Okay, Scorpios. Okay, so Scorpio is gonna be at 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 29 seconds. Okay, all right. Let's see what we have for Scorpios. Okay. So, Scorpios, I'm getting the next 7 days. There's some sort of like cutthroat energy. Okay. So, somebody here, I don't want to say they're going to be mean. Okay. I'm picking up on somebody here who's just going to say it like it is, like no beating around the bush. They're not afraid to communicate in a harsh way. Okay. And because they are operating like they feel like, well, they're speaking the truth. Okay, so that is why they feel like they're very confident that even if even if it's not confidence, like somebody here is not afraid to communicate and talk and speak their mind. It's almost like they're not thinking, they're just it's just there's no thought, it's just straight, like just words coming out. And I see here, like when it comes to like money and finances, that like in the past it felt easy it felt emotionally fulfilling, supportive. Things just like felt like it was is going in the right direction. Currently though, okay, like at least for the next 7 days, I just feel like there is some sort of competitive energy. So a lot of like wolf in sheep's clothing. So somebody here may be dealing with people who may be just like really nice to their face, but it's like they're totally like sending them like negativity like behind their back, and like there is this I just got like Hunger Games or something like that. So somebody here, it's like they're really fighting for either like a spot, or like there's a lot of competition energy that I'm sensing. And it's like they're playing kind of dirty too. So um it's saying, I don't want to say keep your guard up, but I sense that that is just going to be like what's happening. Somebody here feels like they really need to fight for this, okay? Fight for what they want, and not let like the outside influences drag them down or sabotage them, okay? And when it comes to, the love life, I see here, there was a lot of like fun times in the bedroom or what have you. Like I see here that things got very spicy, and but I feel like it's like so somebody here really just kind of like was very, I don't want to say indulgent, but somebody here was, they had a very big appetite. And so I see that there was a lot of like action um, in private, and it's almost like somebody here needs like a break. Okay, somebody here needs a little break. And so it may, I don't want to say it's like night and day, but like you could tell like there's like a big difference perhaps from a lot of activity to like none at all, and it has to do with somebody needing some rest. Okay, they need to recuperate they need to get their energy back. uh yeah, or it could be somebody here, or they're like their partner or whoever they're romantically involved with, like maybe they're not even in town, like something like that, like it's just like night and day. So and to wrap up the reading, I'm getting here, so I'm getting a sadness energy. Okay, there's a sadness energy that I'm picking up, and it could be okay, so the person that they're dealing with, maybe they got sick or something. Okay, somebody here got sick, or they're like recuperating, they're trying to heal at this time and get through some stuff. Okay, and I see here that the lack of conversation or the lack of communication, or I feel like somebody here, they're not checking in. Okay, they're not checking in, they're not asking, how are they doing or something like that. So it's like somebody here is a little bit like uh they're a little hurt. Okay, they're a little hurt that whoever they've been, interacting with, or somebody here is literally expecting them to like reach out and check in and like and all of that, but because they're not receiving that, like they're a little hurt by it, or hurt by it a lot. But it's ultimately because somebody here is healing. Okay, they're trying to like get better, be better. Perhaps they're like exhausted, or there's like some sort of something going on in their life that is not going in their favor, or like it could be like money problems, or like or or they have something going on, but it just feels very night and day. So that's the reason why this energy just feels a little bit sad. Any final advice for that? Just know, I read energies here just because like it's not the same as it was like before. That doesn't mean like they don't feel the same way as they did before. Like there's a lot of care and love. So do not just jump into conclusions, okay? That's what I'm getting for you guys. Okay. Okay. Sagittarius at 1 hour and 21 minutes and 5 seconds. Okay. All right. I'll flash this again at the end. So you'll know to check the end of the video if you just want to skip to that. It's so funny. The last card was that one. Okay. Oh no. Gee Louise. Okay, hold on. All right. Look at that. Look at this. Okay. So Sagittarius apparently has a lot to say. Has a lot to say. Okay. They have a lot on their mind. They have a lot of like uncertainties, or they can't see things. Like they don't know what's real and what's not. Okay. That's just kind of like a little glimpse I'm picking up so far. Oh, look at that. You got a bonus card. A little twofer. Okay. Look at that. Your energy coming in very strong. So I'm picking up. So the next 7 days, there's going to be a lot of like momentum and like being in their power and like being like a leader or the boss, like somebody here who envisioned something and carried it out. They took action, they saw it through. And so somebody here is like really in their power. And when it comes to like career and finances, in the past it felt very like harmonious and like things felt very like reciprocal, or like there was a lot of like harmony energy that I'm picking up. And like currently there is a lot of like momentum, action, things coming into a reality. And overall, somebody here is like surrounding themselves with people, places, or things that really speaks to them. Okay, that they have a very special place in their heart, or like there's a lot of nostalgia energy as well, or there's some sort of like good times, good memories, and all of that is just kind of like coming back and making their presence known. Okay, so career wise, finance wise, it just feels like somebody here really wants to be involved with them. Like they want to be in their presence, they want to be part of their endeavors, or like be supportive. And I'm also getting excitement. So somebody here may be excited to be working with this individual or collaborating with them. And when it comes to like love life and romance, I see here in the past somebody here had a lot of work to do, okay? Whether that is like literally like physically working on something like in their career or their job, or they were working on themselves, or like they were going through some sort of like learning and like being dedicated to improving. Um, and so I see that currently they're not necessarily quite where they used to be. It feels like they've elevated, or they've been activated to kind of like see things in a different perspective, okay? See things in a different light. It's like they've elevated, even especially when it comes to their romance and their partnership relationship. It's like they realize through experience that perhaps what they used to want in the past doesn't look the same as like what they would want now. Like there's somebody's like perspective has shifted, and it's ultimately because somebody here is trying to let go of ego-based beliefs, conditioning, mindsets, uh, ancestral trauma, whatever those all those things that can be limiting to this individual. Like they're right now they're trying to walk away from it, or they're trying to be better, like be a little bit more, they want to sit in it for a little bit. Like they just kind of like they want to keep moving forward because they know that how things were in the past and where they're going. It's like somebody here is really trying to let go of their burdens and their hardships and bitterness as well. Okay. To wrap up this reading, I see here. So somebody in this person's energy, okay, is real like they either they're like a role model, or they're very like stable and grounded and like knows who they are. And so when there is that groundedness, that foundation, and like their rock, okay, I'm getting somebody here as like either their inspiration, their rock, their muse, and like and it really encourages this energy to dream bigger and have fun with things, okay, have fun with life. And through their spirituality, maybe there may be some sort of like quiet period and all of that, but it's just like there is this there's this good balance of letting the reason why this dynamic works pretty well is because there is this balance of independence and freedom. Okay, like somebody here gives the other energy space and time to do their thing, like go after what they want. And if they ever need that kind of like inspiration, and I'm getting Northern Star, like they can always come back and like look up to them for guidance or advice, or that zest for life or inspiration again. Okay. So anything else? So somebody here, it's just talking about how like try not to be stubborn, okay? Like I'm getting here, and the stubbornness is coming from immaturity, okay? It's like there are examples, and it can be examples from family as well, of like, okay, like for an example, okay, if somebody is like dealing with somebody that is like does like questionable things, or things that, like when this energy sees them doing things that is not efficient in their life, it doesn't even help them, like it's a good reminder for us, okay, maybe like we'll be watchful of not doing that, things to avoid, so that we ourselves are not in that position. Okay, so it's like almost like learning from other people's examples. um yeah, if there's somebody in your life, okay, and this is whoever's listening, okay, if there's somebody in your life that you don't want to be like them, or you're hoping you'll never be in a situation like them, that's a wake up call. That's a wake up call. So somebody here, it's like you have an example. Okay, we don't always have to learn our own mistakes. We don't. We can learn by example as well. You know, we don't have to. We don't have to go through every challenge and up and downs as a person that is already in our lives, or has been an example. Okay, we we can learn from their experience, and we can choose not to repeat those actions ourselves. Okay, so at that point, it's like free will. Okay, all right, let's move forward. All right, Capricorns at 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 30 seconds. Okay, I will show this at the end of the video as well, for those of you who wants to see all of the timestamps at the end. Okay. All right. So next 7 days, okay, from whenever you watch this, I trust that it'll find you when you're supposed to see it. Okay. Next 7 days, what's going to happen? All right. So, for Capricorns, okay, whether you're Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, dealing with a Capricorn, okay, I am getting, there's some sort of like either money coming in, or some sort of offer, something something real. Okay, something real is coming in. Oh, that's good. That's good. Good way to start. Okay. I see here the reason why, it's like somebody here has suffered a lot. Okay. I am getting some sort of suffering energy. And it could be perhaps like even though this is like, I'm opening it up with the work and like career message, I'm getting something about like somebody here either was like taken for granted, or they didn't like really see the value in this energy. Like somebody here felt like they weren't seen, okay? And that really brought a lot of heartbreak, because this energy is like trying hard to be noticed, to be seen, to be applauded for their efforts, only to be met with like somebody who doesn't even acknowledge like what they've done, or like how how they've improved, or and so somebody here is fed up. Okay, I'm getting like a fed up energy, and it's almost kind of giving off. hmm, And I'm getting it could there can be some sort of tie with to like family or something like that. It could Some of you guys, maybe it could be like a family business, or like somebody here, or they consider their like work people their family. And so the thing about when you have a relationship or a connection like that, where it feels like a family, somebody here is not afraid to speak their mind, okay? Because it's like we're family, or like, we're close like that. And so we can like say stuff like that. And so I'm seeing here in like the next 7 days that somebody here is going to like say what they're unhappy with, or like say something that is bothering them, okay? And it could be like maybe like somebody here was supposed to get a promotion, but it went to somebody else, like that kind of energy. And somebody here is trying to really heal from that. But I feel like they're gonna say something. They're gonna say something. Is that wise though? Is that wise? I mean, okay, think of it like this. Okay, here's a perspective for you. If whoever this energy is dealing with couldn't even see their value, even when they were putting in the most hard work, what makes you think? What does this energy think that they'll all of a sudden have an epiphany, and it's just like, oh my gosh, like they're actually going to listen to what this energy is talking about. So it's almost like somebody here, they're gonna just waste their breath like talking to maybe their colleagues or a family member who just doesn't get it. They just don't get it. Okay. And it's sad. It's sad because it's very hard to progress things and make improvements when somebody here has a tendency to forget, okay, or not remember, or not truly see the value. Is not like, oh, look what I'm doing, look what, like I'm doing all of this. Like, no, sometimes it's like the quietest person in the room who's working behind the scenes to making a success and all of that, and they don't really get their moment to shine, so to speak. And so, God is trying to say that the people that actually sees you, that cares about you, they they're the ones, okay? They're the ones who like really cares, and like you'll know. You'll know by their actions and how they react to things if they truly cared or not, okay? And I see here in your love life, that somebody here, like the truth came to light, okay? So I'm getting somebody here picking up on a very attractive energy. And the attractive so this attractive energy, they get a lot of people that like, that admire them, that look to them, that checks them out. And somebody here, thinks that is so disrespectful. You'll know which side you are on, okay? If you're dealing with somebody like this or you are this person, but somebody here feels so disrespected that they're not doing things that is morally right or logically correct. Like somebody here is just really utilizing their looks to get what they want, okay? And so I'm also getting something about like let's say there's like a family reunion or something like that, a family gathering. And sometimes when you're dealing with family, like you just show up as you are because it's family, like they know you and like they've seen you, like I don't want to say at their worst, but like they've seen them through the ups and downs and like they've seen it all kind of thing. And so, but somebody here is just they feel a little bit of a pressure to shine more than the rest of their family. Like somebody here is very triggered by either like seeing somebody who like really puts in the effort to like really like they're putting a little bit too much effort. Like it doesn't feel genuine at this point. It's just like at this point it just feels like it's for show. Um and so God is just trying to say, if somebody here is dealing with somebody like that, like they should already know by now that that's what they do. Okay, so it's just like somebody here refusing to see things for the way it is. That's being stubborn in itself. And so, you know, don't be a hypocrite. Okay, is the message I'm getting. All right, so let's move forward to Aquarius. Okay, yeah. I have to convert these for you because this is going by hundreds, not hours and minutes. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, like for an example, right now it's showing 103 minutes, but that would translate to an hour, 42 minutes, and 50 seconds for Aquarius. Okay. So, Aquarius, 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 50 seconds. Right, and I will show this again at the very end for those of you who wants to skip through or check out different signs. Hey, this board is the perfect size. Like it looks like I'm gonna be able to fit everything in there. Okay. Okay, Aquarius. What do we have for you? I'm getting somebody took a chance. Okay, somebody took a chance on them or they took a chance. But let's see. Let's pull out all the cards first before we dig deeper. That's it. That's it. Okay. All right. So the next 7 days, I'm getting here like slow and steady wins the race. So like uh if somebody here had a tendency to like overwork themselves or like work like 12 hours, like there's a time to work, and there's time to rest. Okay, so um I'm getting like there's going to be like a change in pace. Okay. And let's go and move into the career and money message. So I see here in the past, I'm getting somebody here felt very supported. Okay. So somebody here, like, they felt like somebody was looking out for them, or they took a chance on them, took care of them. Really, yeah, really looked out for them. But due to somebody's like immaturity or not really being able to value the connection, like I'm sensing here, there's going to be like a parting of ways, or somebody here is going to walk away. And yeah, it just feels like I'm also getting it was a long time coming. Like it was bound to happen, but it was like finally here. It finally came to reality that there's this like a separation, going off in different paths, like an ending, quiet period, because it's like somebody here wanted to make sure that they were surrounding themselves with people that actually cared about them, that really wanted to be in their lives and like really saw them like family. And when it comes to the love and romance message I'm getting here, like in the past, somebody here either was like talking to multiple people or was just not shy about like striking up a conversation with like anybody. Somebody here was trying to keep like a positive outlook, mindset. And currently, this energy is really pulling back. Okay, they have some reflection to do. They are, I'm getting unhappy. Okay. So somebody here, they don't like how things are unraveling, how things are happening, how they're not, somebody's life has really like shooken up. Okay. They realize that if they continue to do what they've been doing, then it's not going to progress. So they understand there needs to be some level of change for them to make progression. And I just got like, but change is so hard. Somebody here doesn't want to change. It's not like they want to just do their own thing, be given the freedom to do whatever they want. And but they're realizing, this is like kind of like the epiphany they had, that the more they're stubborn and are not willing to change or or see things in a different perspective and like put themselves in other people's shoes, is just like that's how they know that they are still immature and they still have a long ways to go. Like, and so somebody here is realizing that it's not just about them and what they want, because that is coming from immaturity. Okay. And so the overall, just to wrap up this message, any advice I'm getting here. Okay. I see a glimmer of hope. Okay. God is saying the fact that this energy is taking time to reflect, trying to put themselves out of their circumstances and see things in a different light, that that's a good sign. Okay, that's a good sign. God is trying to say, like, this energy may not have been, this energy had a lot of growing up to do, but at least they're growing in some shape, in some shape or form. They're growing because they're not quite who they used to be. They realize through like their immature tendencies and how people react to those immature tendencies that they need to be the change. Okay, because as mentioned, like we can't be doing the same thing and expect change. Okay. And so when this energy truly, sees life with both eyes open, like see things clearly, that's when God is going to really like bless this energy and they're going to feel happy. They're going to feel happy because even though it was a long time coming and it's still taking some time, at least there is some progression. There is some progression. Okay. Anything else you want to say? I'm getting here, there's somebody in this energy that is really helping them to release those like ego mindset burdens. Okay. And they're very appreciative of this energy. And they're also very attracted. It's just like because they're also connecting on an intellectual level, like in a mental level, like they are very turned on. Okay. That's what I'm getting here. All right, let's move forward to Pisces. 111. So Pisces at 1 hour, 51 minutes and 21 seconds. Okay. Hopefully this is coming in reverse. Like, I guess we'll see. But regardless, I'm gonna read it at the end for those of you for if it's not coming in correctly. If it's reversed, well, I guess we'll find out. All right, Pisces. What do we have for Pisces next 7 days? What do we got? What do we got? Look at that. Oh. Oh. This Mercury retrograde is really like messing with you guys, huh? Messing with you. All right. So for Pisces, what I'm getting here, the overall message, just to start, is that the next 7 days is going to be work, okay? Or like there's some sort of like coming together, teamwork, and like being there, like, so it kind of gives off like working even when they're supposed to be like clocked out, clocked off, or whatever. Clocked out, yeah. Like somebody here is working. Okay? So the next 7 days they're like maybe just focused on work. And I'm also getting, since we're tapping into like the money and career energies, I'm getting here like in the past I'm getting there's some sort of like defensiveness, okay? Like perhaps there was like even like currently I'm getting there's a lot of like competition, or I'm getting like snakes in the garden, like somebody here maybe dealing, you'll know which side you are on, but I'm getting here somebody is dealing with like fakes or people who are like, nice to their face, but doesn't wish them well, like that kind of energy. And but God is saying the best, the person who is the best, they're they're gonna rise up, they're gonna stand up, they're gonna be the one who's like is going to be able to take the lead and uh be the initiator. So If this is regarding some sort of like leadership position, okay, or like needing to be like their own trailblazer, okay, okay, the advice for that is be careful who you trust, okay, because as mentioned, I'm getting like snakes in the garden or what have you. And so they don't really wish for this energy to succeed or wish for their best, like. And so sometimes it's not about like waiting on others to see what they do. It's about like doing it for yourself because it just feels right. Okay. Yeah. So somebody here needs to kind of like take courage, trust their instincts, their guts, and go for it. Okay. Do not be afraid to be the first one to do it or like try something new. Okay. And when it comes to romance, love life, the next 7 days looks pretty good, actually. Pretty good. Okay. So, I'm picking up on somebody here that, like, there's a lot of like physical attraction or chemistry, and there's a clear distinction of like who leads the connection or who is the one who's really like pursuing this connection. And so, when somebody here decided to take action and not beat around the bush, that's what is creating a lot more emotional fulfillment, emotional bliss within the connection. And so it's like it keeps talking about take action. Somebody here, through their actions, are going to be inviting more love into their life and more calm, more peace, more abundance. I'm like, it's like I'm getting, making a wish in a wishing well. Okay. So somebody here, they're really hoping for the best and they won't know until they take that leap of faith and take that action. Okay. And just to wrap up this portion, final message for Pisces and cross watchers. Okay, I'm getting here. There's some sort of new beginning. Okay, there's some sort of new beginning, new love, or new opportunity. And it was after being deceived. Okay, so somebody here uh, may have either been like led on or was fed lies or given some sort of like deceptive energy. But when they decided to like focus on themselves and what they wanted, like that's when the love started getting better and the career, or like there's some sort of reward. Okay, there's some sort of reward. Anything else? It's saying enjoy it. It's saying enjoy it. It's just like, and stop thinking, oh, it's too good to be true. There's some sort of like down talk. Okay, but I'm getting here, like somebody here has been patient. They've been very secluded, quiet. They've been really like they kind of gave up for a moment there. They kind of gave up on just like finding somebody or like being with somebody that like understands them, that cares about them. But due to somebody here is very attractive, or there's some sort of like addictive qualities about this energy that they have to heal. They want to heal so they can be with this energy. Okay, wow. So somebody here, they have a real opportunity to invite something real, you know, emotionally fulfilling. They have the opportunity to invite that into their life, but somebody here is buying their time or like they're not really going for it, okay? So, but luckily for them, like whoever this energy is dealing with, they they come with them a lot of care, a lot of like healing energy, and so it's hard to not be honest with them because they can really see them for who they are. So so stop with the playing around, stop with the BS, and just come forward, communicate. And if somebody here is like falling in love or wants to be in something committed, then come forward. Come forward, because I see that like if they decide to come together and like put effort, I see it going somewhere, like in a positive light. Okay, like emotional fulfillment, happiness, bliss. But again, it's free will, free will. But it's looking good. I will. It's looking very good. So, all right, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Hmm. All right, closing message at 2 hours, 1 minute, and 38 seconds. Okay, I will flash this again, like at the end of the video. I'll read it out just in case for those who wants to just see it at the end. Okay. All right, let's deal with the final spinny spin. Final message, anything, God, that we need to touch up on? Career. I had a feeling this is like the usually, I just kind of go with like whatever God wants to talk about. But for those of you who, see me for a while, like I made it a point to touch up on career and finance as part of this reading. This almost was going to be called career message or money message or whatever. But it's no coincidence. It's back here again. So let's go ahead and just wrap it up with final career message, okay? We'll do past, present, and future just to bring it all together. All right. All right. Don't forget to check out the yearly message. All right. Just to see the progression, just to see the trajectory of all the energies that play. Okay. Part 1 had Aries through Leo. Part 2 had Virgo to Scorpio. Part 3 had Sagittarius through Capricorn. And part 4 had Aquarius and Pisces. Okay, I think that's good. Look at that. All right. So when it comes to like career, finance, studies, that area, the message here is there is some sort of like conflict. Okay, there's conflict. And it's talking about how do not be very mindful of like who you share your ideas, like your career plan, goals, because I'm sensing haters. Okay, I'm sensing haters, like, and it's like by not knowing who really cares and who actually just carries like bad intentions. Okay, like it's almost as if somebody here prevents their blessings from coming in by sharing it with people who just either don't give a shit or they just don't want them to succeed. Okay, they're very trigger. Somebody here is very competitive. they don't want to see this energy succeed, or like they always want to, you know, have better results than this other energy. Like it's just, there's a lot of like snakes, okay, that I'm sensing here. So just be mindful of that, okay? And I see here in the past, there was, you know, somebody here was very hopeful. They wanted to like, they had like almost like a dreamy approach to their career. Like they, somebody here really wanted to, you know, kind of follow their dream, or like do what brings them happiness, or, you know, or perhaps like they got into it because of love, or like there was definitely this pool of like hopefulness and doing things in like a dreamy way, like romantic way. And but the thing is that kind of like dream was shattered when, like, whoever this energy was dealing with, they were dealing with somebody who was very like, who didn't think before they talked. Okay, like there's, it's like this, you can do everything correctly, everything perfectly, but for the energy that this energy was dealing with, it wasn't good enough. They always like saw, they couldn't see the good. They only saw the bad. They only saw like the negative aspects of it. Like it was never winning with them. So it's hard to be fruitful and thriving in an environment where, you know, somebody here could care less, or like was really out to get this individual, like they didn't want them to succeed. Okay, so I'm getting here currently, it's just really like somebody here is really sending negative energies, like really negative energies. Okay, like let's clear the energies. I'm getting a jealous energy, very jealous, very, very jealous. And they're very sneaky. They're like, I'm also getting somebody that steals, okay? So they may steal their ideas. They may, you know, just retain all the information that is given and then make it seem like it's their own. They don't give credit. There's they're just stealing, okay? Stealing content, stealing ideas, stealing credit. And so remove this energy. Remove this energy. They don't belong here. They don't belong here. And they're creating, it's almost as if like they're creating more chaos, more uncertainties. It's like they're redirecting them in the wrong direction. Okay, so this is what happens when this is terrible. This is terrible. Okay, so somebody here is literally like either stealing somebody's work, stealing somebody's like downloads. Okay, and the more that this energy does this, the more God is going to make sure that they don't see things clearly. Okay, so they will be punished. They will be punished. So I advise those, you'll know which sides you're on, okay, that if they don't start doing the right thing, okay, giving credit where it's due, like, you know, if they don't stop stealing or like pretending to be somebody that they're not, okay, it's like they're going to get lost. Okay, they're going to get lost. They're not going to be able to differentiate what's reality and what is fantasy. They're not going to have that clear consciousness because they're not operating in clear consciousness. Okay, so this is a warning. They need to stop now. They need to stop now. Okay, whatever they've been doing, if they've been taking notes on trying, like there's, I'm literally getting somebody here taking notes. Okay, and so God is saying, stop watering it down. Stop watering it down, because that is not the message that we should be sharing, because somebody here is a fraud. Okay, somebody here is a fraud. And so it's literally somebody here, they don't know what they're doing, but like maybe they're reading help books. They're reading up on like other people's perspectives and making it seem like their own. It's like, no, that better stop. Okay? Because God will set that right. God will set that right. And the future energies is that once somebody here decides to fully embrace their gifts, okay, and actually like invests in themselves, like and goes after what they want, like somebody here is being true to their either their calling or what they're really passionate about. When they do that, when they are dedicated, when they are being consistent, okay, God is going to bless this energy. Bless this energy, okay? But it really needs to stop with something needs to stop, okay? And what needs to stop? Okay. God is saying, don't stop wishing. Don't stop wishing. Don't stop manifesting. It's like, don't give up. Don't give up is what God is saying. And part of not giving up is to not tolerate. I'm just getting like distractions, okay? So somebody here really needs to stay focused, grounded, do not distract themselves. All right? And if somebody here has a tendency to do that, like, distract themselves, it means they still need to do some healing. Okay? And it's saying like stop wearing masks. Okay? Stop wearing masks. It's like somebody here knows who they are and who they want to be, but because they were so focused on like whether that's like pleasing others or like um somebody here wasn't being their true authentic self. Okay? So be willing to be a little bit more strict, okay? Like be more mindful and focused, and to have a new beginning, and to surround oneself not with frenemies or people who are phonies pretending to care, but like quality people. Quality people. Because I'm getting kind of like somebody here really needs to see it from an outside perspective. Okay, like be the judge of one's life and just be like, is that fair? Like if with being able to put ourselves outside of our shoes and to see it from an outside, third person's perspective with no biasness. Okay, like if we were to see it that way, would we keep those like people, places, or things that are not in our best interest, like if they're not good for us, then why do we tolerate it? Okay, stop wasting time. All right, so that's what I have for you. Let me go ahead and just shine this. All right, you see it? Okay, hopefully it's coming not in reverse, not mirrored, but it's showing up accurately. And if not, I will read it for you guys, okay? So these are the timestamps. Opening collective message at 2:45. And then Aries started at 10:44. Taurus started at 18:18. Gemini's 25:30. Cancer's 33:33. Leo 42:57. Virgo 54:04. Libra 1 hour 5 minutes 46 seconds. Scorpio 1:12:29. Sagittarius 1:21:05. Capricorn 1:32:30. Aquarius 1:42:50. Pisces 1:51:25. And closing collective message 2 hours 1 minute and 38 seconds. Okay, so here it is. All right, enjoy. This will be here for you, so you can watch it whenever you need to. So thank you for those of you who decided to follow their intuitions and come on here. Okay, no coincidence. And until next time, feel free to check out all of the shorts, all of the other content as well. All right. And if you're looking to connect with me one-on-one, all of that information can be found in the description of this video. All right. Have a good one. Bye.